8 grand, 9,000, 3,000, 4,000 pounds, 10,000, 30,000 pounds, 46,000 pounds. All right, let's do a price breakdown of how much it has cost me to build my Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo. So if you guys have been following me, you guys know that I have a Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo, which is all custom built. But if you don't, this is my car. And this is a Lamborghini Huracan LP610-4 with a full custom Super Trofeo kit on it. Again, from my previous videos, if you've watched, I got scammed on this kit because it was supposed to be the Super Trofeo Evo 2 kit with the new upgraded lights and all that bits, but it wasn't. If you want to see what all that story, look at my previous video. I think it's my first video of how I got scammed. Yeah, not fun. But today, we're going to be doing a whole cost breakdown of how much it has cost me to build that car. Now, if we start from the very beginning, I bought this car for £160,000 3 to 4 years ago, and I did a little mini build on it before I did a Super Trofeo build. Now back then the car was worth 160 grand. I don't think it's worth that now. You can probably get a Lamborghini Huracan Performante for that kind of prices, which I'm definitely bummed out about because I paid perf money for a base model Huracan. Don't grill me. And just for all my international viewers, I will be doing this cost breakdown in pounds, not dollars. We're not going to be talking about the fuel, servicing, insurance, you know, the maintaining of the car. Literally just going to be speaking about the modifications I've done. 2 stages to this build, one pre-Super Trofeo kit, one post-Super Trofeo kit, and at the time doing the pre, I also had a McLaren 720S where I put a kit on, so that's probably why I stopped modifying the Huracan then. Now, on the note of the pounds and dollars thing, I think Huracans are way more expensive in America. I could be wrong. LP610-4s for like, what, 110, 120 grand here? Kind of fell out of this, love this car a little bit. I decided to spend all my money on my 720S instead. As I said, solely breakdown of the modification costs, and also the prices are going to be rough estimated prices because I get some discounts and sponsorships from some companies. I want to give the retail price of everything I paid for, and plus I don't actually remember exactly how much everything was. Allow me a bit of leeway, yeah? All right, but let's start. Bought the car 3 years ago, £160,000. Very nice spec car. So the paint underneath was a Grigio Lynx. It had this titanium Lamborghini race exhaust on it. So then what I first did was we chucked, literally, I think within 3 weeks of owning the car, I bought a CT Carbon kit. If you're from UK, you know CT Carbon are a pretty big brand. That included a front splitter, spoiler, diffuser, and side skirts. Those 4 things, and I'm pretty sure they retailed at £8,000 for that. I have the wing upstairs still, just gonna have a look. All right, not that one, that's off my McLaren 720S. This one is my CT Carbon wing, which was on the car literally 3 weeks after I bought the car about 3 years ago. And it also came with, which I'm struggling to find, bracket which it sat on, which was full carbon as well. Wing and the, like, where it sits, where the brake light is, they were both carbon fiber. All right, GT Carbon kit, £8,000. Then we also lowered it on Novatec lowering springs, which cost around £1,000, give or take, and then fitting as well. Kit, lowering springs, that's kind of all I really did when I first got the car. I'll put a little picture up what it looked like. I think it looked pretty sick, nice clean build, especially in the dark grey it was really nice. Then it got wrapped in satin black. As I said, that was more of like a sponsored wrap, but if we go by the retail prices, I think that would cost around £3,000 to £4,000 to wrap it in satin black. That is everything I've done pre-Super Trofeo build. So if you add that up, roughly 12 to 13 grand pre-Super Trofeo build. So then after doing my V1 version of my Huracan, I bought a McLaren 720S kit on that and springs, but we're not gonna get to the McLaren. I'm trying to say is the McLaren had an impact of when this build kind of like halted for about 1.5 years until I sold the car. So now we're gonna skip a year, and that is when I decided to go down the route of making my car into a Huracan Super Trofeo Evo 2. Really, it's not Evo 2, so I haven't got my lights and stuff, but that's because I got scammed, which is my other video. But yeah, so kit. It's an interesting one. So it's hard to tell how much the kit is worth because I got scammed on the kit because this was supposed to be a full carbon fiber Super Trofeo Evo 2 kit, and I can promise you now this is not carbon fiber. Don't be fooled, that is carbon PPF. It is made out of fiberglass, and I bought the kit. 30 grand, I would say, for the kit. I know this guy quoted people loads of different prices. I know someone else got scammed, paid near to £50,000 for the kit, and then he offered some other people £20,000. But yeah, let's just do a middle mark of 30 grand for the kit. It was supposed to be full carbon fiber, it was not as fiberglass. I would guess the actual value of a fiberglass kit like this is 15 to 20 grand, maybe even a bit more, but we're gonna say 30 grand because that is kind of price I was paying. So you haven't seen my first video. This guy's name is SF Performance. He scammed loads of people. Don't buy from him on Instagram. He's a scammer. Dylan Verbeek, you know what you've done. But yeah, so we say 30 grand for the fiberglass kit, whilst missing so many components where we had to get custom built as well. That includes front splitter, rear wing, rear diffuser. Didn't come my lights, all that. I had to do custom fixings and brackets because nothing lined up like he said it would, the OEM parts. And we're gonna add that up in the cost price now. Right, so we'll go from there. So the kit, 30 grand. Now, installation of the kit was so tricky because, as I said, nothing lined up. All new fixings and brackets had to be made. Everything had new brackets and fixings made to fit it. Even this bumper had to get cut because the lights were up to there, because the new Super Trofeo Evo 2 lights would have been very skinny. And this includes quick release latches, quick release there, and then the fenders had to have new bits made. Then these side skirts, nothing lined up basically. Rear quarter panels, so many new brackets and fixings were made all behind there, especially because we had to move the lights as well, because they weren't supposed to originally go over the kit, so they got moved and new brackets made for that as well. So fitting wise, roughly £5,000 to £6,000. Now the rear end of this car didn't actually start off, this rear end is relatively new, it's about a few weeks old. That is because rear bumper wouldn't go on without doing my new exhaust, which is my center exhaust. And the Huracan LP610-4 comes with quad tips either side, and they wouldn't fit with my rear bumper, so we had to get that changed. Exhaust is another cost. I think we have the original exhaust upstairs. Yes, this is the original Lamborghini exhaust, and I'm pretty sure I actually got ripped off from the guys I bought this car from, because they said this is a 10 grand optional extra titanium race exhaust. And this does not look like titanium to me. Yeah, the guys who sold me this car, I'm not gonna call you out or anything, but you didn't sell me the right thing. And I paid the extra list money for that exhaust, so that's not ideal. Ignore that for now. So that exhaust, apparently supposed to be 10 grand, but I don't think that's a titanium race exhaust. But my exhaust down here, if we quickly teleport. So this is an X-Pipe Catbat exhaust made by Push Performance. They've got a little logo there, which is quite cool, because they're going to be doing some other bits to me, which I'll get into at the end of the video. I would say retail will be around £3,000. That's including, they also put on my rear bumper and made new brackets to fit the rear bumper, which is, they built this bracket black thing behind there to fit this too, so this doesn't fall off. This is really sturdy. So yeah, overall for the exhaust, £3,000. Oh, this rear wing isn't actually made for this car, because I didn't get sent the actual rear wing. Brackets are only temporary, because I went to a car show with them. So for the rear wing, this is around £3,000 to £4,000. Brackets as well to fit it was quite expensive actually. It was because this didn't line up. So I had carbon brackets, but it doesn't, because it didn't fit the car, it wouldn't go in there. It had to bend, I don't know if you can see that, they had to bend this round and then connect this bracket into 3 separate bits of the chassis underneath the engine bay cover. So wing, we're gonna total it around £4,000. All right, next we have my custom fully forged West Forge wheels, which these guys always been really good to me, and they sponsor me, but the retail price for those custom wheels are around £3,000. And then I had to spend an extra £1,500 because the guy who scammed me gave me the recommended wheel size to get. My 2 rear wheels did fit from the size he gave me, but the 2 front wheels were completely off the size he gave me, and they would not fit the car. They would hit the chassis when full locking. So they are now an ornament piece upstairs in my office. About to buy 6 wheels instead of just the 4. So £3,000 plus another £1,500, which is £4,500 for the wheels. These are the wheels that did not fit. These were front wheels, which were 285 30/20s, which I probably should assume they would not fit at all. So these are now just an ornament piece. I've got 2 of these. I'll make them to like a cool table or something. Now, a lot of you guys know who modify your cars, when you get new wheels, you got to get new tires, and tires are not cheap on this car. The fronts are only 245s, but the rears are 315s. Probably I would say £800 for a set of tires on this. Quite dear as well. Add the wheels and tires together, £5,300. All right, now we're going to move on to the paint and wrap. And so as I said previously, the kit was fiberglass when it arrived. I put a little photo of how it looked like before, and we had to sand down the fiberglass. Wrap would not stick to it, to the kit. We had to get the whole car sanded down and painted before we even thought about wrapping the car. Kiniston, which used to be Exeter Accident Repair Centre, but now called Kiniston's, they said retail cost to paint the car would have been £11,000. So we're gonna add that to the price as well. £11,000 to paint the car even before it's wrapped. And then we had to wrap it. So the wrap was a bit of an interesting story, because I had to buy this wrap twice, unfortunately. Fair, there's actually some of that wrap over there now from Inositech. People asking, this color is Inositech Midnight Blue, and it's so nice actually, to be fair. I love this color. But yeah, I got some more for when my engine bay cover arrives. I want to paint match the engine bay cover to that. So if we open this up quickly. Guys at Inositech are always really good to me. They literally shipped this out to me ASAP when I said I needed it. So this is the Inositech Midnight Blue, which is about another 3 meters, because when the engine bay cover arrives, I want to, as I said, paint match. I want to wrap match that to the car. This stuff from Inositech is so good. It literally looks like paint. So yeah, Inositech, they are very good, but they aren't that cheap, which is fair. Want something good, you gotta pay the right price for it. And overall, so it's about $1,000 just to get the material to wrap the whole car. Fortunately, the first people I went to wrap the car, there was some issue, they couldn't do it, and that lost me about, say, nearly about £1,000. Got £1,000 wasted material there. Bygones be bygones, unfortunately. So I had to buy another £1,000 worth of wrap, rest of the car, so about £2,000 worth of material. Actually, the labor to wrap the car, retail price for that is £3,000. So overall, wrap material, wrap labor, and paint is around £9,000 we paid for it. Still other little bits that need to be wrapped. Example, this engine bay cover, which I had to spend another couple £100 for that wrap. Oh, and then I got carbon PPF, because as I said, my kit was supposed to be carbon, but I thought this looked quite cool. So this is carbon PPF for the time being until I get the actual carbon made. That is not cheap, like 120 quid a meter. Bro, this is like expensive. Okay, so now, I didn't even say the engine bay cover that was on the way. It's not part of the kit cost because I didn't add that into it. The engine bay cover cost me around £3,000. It might be even more because I'm expecting a lot of import duty. Say £3,000 for engine bay cover. It's one of those STO ones with like a little engine bay roof scoop on it, but it's nuts how much they are. Miscellaneous stuff, for example, tow hooks. And we got these, front splitter. By miscellaneous means like random little bits and bobs, number plates, diffuser, rain lights, there's other little bits and bobs, which added up to, let's say £500 miscellaneous bits. It's probably more, but £500 is a good target to be in. We are currently in Signature Vehicle Enhancements, which is my detailing / modification shop I do with my friend Ruben. Did ceramic coat this car, and that would normally cost £600 to do so without any prep. You know I'm saying I spent so much money on this car, but this thing looks absolutely unreal. And I'm really, really grateful to all the people who sponsored me and gave me discounts on bits. Pretty much most of the bits on this car, companies are super nice to me and gave me some money off. It's companies like Westforged, Innosetech, Restorix, Push Performance, Toby, Will, he used to work at Restorix. Will is a mate of mine, his name's Old Media on Instagram. He's given me a lot of great help building this car. He practically did it, to be honest. If I've missed anyone out, I'm really sorry, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I forgot to mention, if you guys know me, I was running Sanctioned UK Car Show, and this car was in Ashton Gate Stadium in Bristol. I put a little video up, and this car was black for then because it just got painted, and you can't wrap the paint straight away because it needs to gas out. So in order to combat that, the whole kit was painted, but the doors and roof as they were stock. Awesome material to wrap the doors and roof black just to match the rest of the car. Wrap itself for that cost me £600, and then labor was like another £400 or £500, so about £1,000 to wrap it just black, which was temporary for a month. Yeah, this car looked quite good in black, but I'm not disappointed with how this car looks in the blue now. Okay, so I think that's pretty much all the cost it was to build this. And bear in mind, there are some, as I said, I'm not gonna mention the servicing costs and stuff like that, but Lamborghini wanted to charge me about $5,000. My little screen broke. So there's a little screen up there, you can see, which it does not work now. It tells you the oil temps and then the AC, etc. And it broke. It's under warranty at the time, but then it got a bit messed up, and I still need to see what I can do about that. And they said to fix that, we need to change both screens. I think that was £5,000. That's not part of the breakdown, I'm just adding that. Just pure yapping. But yeah, so that is pretty much it. We're going to add this up. Like, I'm gonna have to turn the camera to add this up because I'm not a math genie. And editing Matthew will tell you in just a second. And whilst we're down here as well, as you guys know, this car is not finished yet because I would like to add twin turbo kit to the car. Guys down at Push will probably most likely do it for me. I think the going price for that is either 20 to 30 grand, somewhere in there. Expense is gonna be added to the car once that gets done. Overall, that is the price breakdown of my build, of how long I've had the car. Yeah, this thing is so cool. I'm gonna go add this up now, and then we will see how much it costs in just a second. Also, I was just doing the maths on how much the whole thing has cost, separate figures. We've got the pre-Super Trofeo build, which is like the V1 Lambo, post-Super Trofeo build, add up together, including the car cost as well. So let's see how much each bit was worth. Got the whole thing here. So pre-kit was only about £10,000, so exactly £9,810 for like the version 1 kit CT Carbon. Then the Super Trofeo bit, some bits I actually forgot to add in the video, like only little bits, which I'll put the whole list in the video now so you can see exactly what it is. The post kit to build that Super Trofeo was £71,500 in modifications. So overall, but including the car, it's about £250,000, which is actually absurd to me. Your car, and it's not even done yet. If you want to modify your Huracan to make a Super Trofeo kit, it's about £71,500 in mods. So yeah, not cheap, but just a little cost breakdown of the car. I thought you guys would be interested. I'm quite interested. I've really added it up before. But thanks for watching, and we'll do some more videos like that in the future. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and bye.